everyone, Amanda with Americana Gardens, and today I am doing the full tour of my garden for the July month. And as you all know, it has been brutal. The heat has been really rough, and we have little rain. Just yesterday we only had about like an inch of rain, not even, for maybe like the last 3 weeks, and that was it, which is unusual for us, but hey, it's the end of July, going into August, the hottest month of the year, so what do we expect, right? But my hydrangeas, some of my sunflowers that self-seeded are in bloom, and so I'm gonna show you around. Okay, so right here is the retaining wall that faces my back door, and these annuals that I have planted earlier in this season, like these blue salvias here, and these yellow flowers. I forget the name of them. I don't know why I put them in the back. They should be clearly up front. And also these petunias. They are lined throughout this garden, and it wraps around the corner up there too. So they've been doing very well. Like they filled in right here very nicely. My cosmos didn't handle the heat too well, but they were late being planted, so it's user error. This is a strawberry vanilla hydrangea. You could tell by its red tint on the stems. Let me see if you can see that better. That's usually an indicator that's a strawberry vanilla hydrangea. And this is just a nice, lovely, bright pop. Especially like in these hot weeks of the summer, it's nice to see something that just can withstand the heat and love its life and bloom its head off. This is a ready refill pot. I had them lining my driveway in a hanging pots, but I moved them into here and they're doing pretty good. I have the same set of pots mirrored on the other side here. This other side is doing much better. Look at this, yeah. You can really see it. And more blooms are to come. I love these pots. They have like they almost look like a fossil with ferns, a fern fossil. Very lovely. I also have this dianthus that I planted last year in here, and I did not expect it to come back, but I'm actually going to take these out and put these in the landscape because the other pot on the other side did not make it. So, but yeah, just a repeat of the same annual plantings here. Rhododendron that's out of bloom, but I like having an evergreen right here and tucked in the corners. And this is another salvia that is past its bloom time, but I should come in here and cut again. And this is also a sunflower that is literally growing. Hold on, I gotta see this. It's like growing in the cracks between these two marble pieces, and like, I'm just gonna leave it there, whatever. As you can see, I got all these sunflowers up here. These are all self-seeded from last year. I did not plant any sunflowers this year yet. So let's continue up around here. Yeah, I just love looking at these sunflowers with these hydrangeas. I mean, that is so cheerful. Then I have the butterfly bush in the back. But all these sunflowers are different types, which is like really neat and unexpected. Hey, little bee. Those bright sunny yellow ones in the back there. And this one right here is huge. This has to be at least 12 feet tall. Definitely between, 11 and 12 feet tall. It's massive. And these will just keep blooming their heads off. There's more coming. Now you see here, now I will take these off and I will, the spent ones, I will let them be on the stalk for quite a while so the birds can enjoy them. But also, I will take some off and I will just like hang them from a tree in a decorative way. That way it still acts like a bird feeder. But yeah, this is lovely. Have this wonderful magenta butterfly bush. Now these are not invasive in my area. I know they are in some people's, just not mine. And the aroma that it gives off, it's so sweet. Oh, I wish I could bottle that up and sell it. Some Echinaceas blooming their head off. They love this spot. And this is a volunteer hollyhock. So it's like a butter yellow. I just let it do its thing. I'm not gonna rip it up. But it's a nice combination with the Echinaceas, and you know, the purples and yellows go really well together. This is some bee balm here, but it's, you know, pretty much out of bloom. I still got some stragglers here. Some more Echinaceas. And I just planted these last year and they were tiny and they just grew so big and I love it. I'm so happy with them. So there's also some, I'll get up in this garden later. This is my driveway garden up here. But there's also these yellow wild snapdragons that I let them do their thing. They're so pretty. Free flowers. Freeze for me. This is where our peonies are. They're out of bloom, obviously. They're spring blooming. Some more Echinaceas up here. Now, right here is an area that I'm developing. We have this plum cherry bush here. And it has these gorgeous soft pink blooms in the spring. But what I did is this shade cottage garden in the back here, it ended right here at the gazebo. But what I'm doing is I'm extending it outwards now. And you can see like where the rocks are, that's going to be a path. I just need to get rocks to do the other side and I'll fill in the rest with plantings. I do have most of the plantings already. It's just going to be stuff that I bought on clearance the other day, or dividing some things up that are already in the garden. And the shape of this is going to change. I'm going to take these lemon cypresses and have them edged around the corner here. I think that'll be really nice. Also, this is the first step in the development of this area, but what I would eventually like for this area to grow to is like from like right here to the edge of here, come down to like right in here, right in this area. So a good like 20 feet, 15, 20 feet, and maybe 6 feet wide. Make that a plot for growing vegetables. So I'm actually going to have this raised up more and have it like, it's not very steep, but I think it will be really cute. And I would still have this walkway here. I would also have to add a walkway in where that compost bin is, just so I could be able to get up and around. Yeah, so I have some mulch bags and soil bags laying around, and I definitely have a lot of, not so many weeds, but crabgrass. That's like one of the main ones that interfere with the garden. I just had a surgery. I had a hysterectomy. I'm 36 years old, so I think I'm recovering faster than most people, because usually it's older people, older than I am anyway, that get it. So If you hear me out of breath, I'm just like recovering. It's day 4 of my recovery, so I'm just glad I'm able to get up and walk around. That means that the surgeons, the doctors, and the nurses did a good job on what they did. I had precancer cells, that's why I had a hysterectomy, get it out of the way. So yeah, if I'm out of breath, it's like just, I'm still recovering. So but I'm just glad I could get out and give you guys a video, because I wanted to do a video every month of the year, and also I just want to document what is going on and share it with you guys and see what you think and hope you like it. Okay, so enough rambling. I'm going to turn the camera around now, focus on the flowers. So right there we have a nice size oak leaf hydrangea with the dark maroon blooms. They're one of the first hydrangeas to bloom, and they're obviously one of the first to like turn their colors from white into this like dark red color. The foliage in the fall will become like a nice burgundy color as well. It's so lovely. I also have some, look at these cleomes here. Let me get up a little closer. Yeah, these cleomes are a little wild looking, and it's fun. It's different and unique. I suppose these are the seed pods here. I'll have to harvest some of them for next year. I have liatris growing here with the purple. The butterflies love that. This is verbascum. It was white, the snowy spire one. It has expired pretty much. It's pretty much done blooming. But it was really lovely, all of this together. And these cleomes really bush out. Wow. And there's more of them coming. That's great. Over here we have some echinaceas. Some phlox blooming in the background there. This is more of a sun area here. Hydrangea on standard, limelight. Yeah, these are the color of the blooms on the oak leaf hydrangea. Look how wonderful that is. So pretty. So yeah, here's the vegetable garden. We have some peas growing here. Yeah, they're little flowers. These are pea bushes. I also planted some zinnias in these pots. I ripped out the sweet peas. I'll have to thin these out or transplant them to fill in more areas here. But I only did that like a week ago. And then we had the brutal hot weather for a week straight. But I'm okay with that because they'll get big. We have some tomatoes, peppers, all the good stuff that's back there. Some basil as well. We didn't plant anything on the bean house yet, but it's coming. Yeah, this pot looks good for the zinnias. I just thin a few, but... And my strawberries galore. These are the proven winners. Strawberries, this is their second full year in the ground. I actually don't eat them myself. Sometimes I do, but I usually just pick some off for my pet bunny, Zeke. Yeah, this is perfect Zeke size right here. And I tucked in some more cosmos. Different colors, the whites, the dark pinks, the light pinks, and then the blue salvias. This is filling in nicely here. More of a wild look. That's okay. And up the driveway here, I have the irises that I did not cut back yet. hostas are planted in between them a little bit. They're just like the autumn frost hostas, but I usually have stuff hanging here, but it just got so hot that the hanging baskets were not successful, and I don't use any type of irrigation here other than hand watering. But on the other side, I have these wonderful standard strawberry vanilla hydrangeas. I got these on clearance for like 15 bucks, maybe 3 years ago. I actually got 4 of them. The 4th one is, or was, right where my apple tree is now. But it just broke at the base. But check this out. I have an actual bush growing here. So I will be digging that up and moving that to a different location. It's my apple tree. I only see 1 apple so far. It's still a baby. This is like its first year. So yeah, and these hydrangeas got scorched. They are crispy. They are crispy. Yeah, they got scorched. This was a transplant, so it wasn't very established anyway. But things in here are going to be shifting around a little bit. Reason being, this black lace elderberry right here will get huge. It will probably be like half the size of my willow tree. And what I'm going to do, well, it's to block what's next to me, but I will be making it more into like a tree form than a bush form, like a multi-trunk form of a tree. So next year I will be coming in and taking like these branches off, you know, these ones here, and just like focusing on the larger trunks to grow more. So it will provide a little more shade and hopefully protect these hydrangeas more. I also have a volunteer Echinacea here. See, it pays to weed because then you could like find these things in free flowers, which are great. There's also another free flower, a columbine. It's down here. This is like the old-fashioned one, the ones that get like 3 feet tall. This is another group of volunteer sunflowers. These are so adorable. They're only like 2 feet high. They're a nice color contrast with that bush. So pretty. This is a 9-bark bush. That will actually be transplanted over into this area here. I have a firebush. The name is escaping me. They're actually like newly invasive in Pennsylvania, or they're like on the borderline of becoming it. Firebush? Burning bush. Okay, yeah, burning bush. So I'm actually going to take that 9-bark and put that in place of the burning bush. I'm going to have to discard the burning bushes I have in my yard, which I think is only 5. So it's not terrible, and I paid like maybe $5 for them. And it's when I first started gardening too. And as you can see, I have my hammock out. I was actually laying on that. I was surprised I could lay on it because of my surgery, but I was just happy that I could. Also, before my surgery, I wanted to get this arbor up. And I bought it last year, and I could not get it stabilized. I was trying not to dig holes and put cement in. So I was trying like tree stakes and everything, and it just did not work. So I ended up digging a hole, pouring concrete in, doing it the old-fashioned way, I guess. And it is stable. It is not going anywhere. So next year, I'm going to have some type of annual vine going over it. Maybe like a moonflower vine. That would be really pretty. Let's walk down over this way. This area is a little hot mess. Like, I haven't mowed or anything. It's been hot, too hot to really do it. And then also the surgery, like I said. But I just did a video of this area, my driveway garden, before my surgery, and I'll link that above, or I'll link it also in the description box. gave more details about the plants here. Got some hydrangeas, lilies, sea holly, balloon flowers, straw flowers, those nice pink ones here. Oh, they're so cheerful. So yeah, this is a really pretty area, and I'm glad it came along. And some Russian sage starting to bloom. Oh, check this out. You guys see this? This is a praying mantis and a cat. Lilac. This is actually a native praying mantis to the United States because it is brown. The green ones are non-natives. So it's really interesting. I only seen green ones in my garden. So this is the first brown one I've seen all year. I saw him earlier. He was eating a bumblebee or carpenter bee. So I'm just gonna walk back this way here along the driveway. Oh, I have some hollyhocks coming up there. Woohoo! I also got this sedum basket here. Fun. Some more Russian sage. Now you might think like, oh, that's too close to this. This is not going to get big. I'm going to keep it shorn. I just wanted it here for like an evergreen size, but yeah, I got things under control. Don't worry. Go down the path here. Some lovely phlox blooming, along with a knockout rose. And this blue hyssop here is doing wonderful. Pollinators love this. Then I also have a hydrangea in the back, limelight. Now see, now wouldn't that dark foliage nine bark look really pretty right there? And it will bloom in the spring too. But all this stuff is dormant. Yeah, I think that will look really nice. So I got some roses. Some are popping out some blooms, some are not. Got some more butterfly bushes. Now these roses I have on these trellises here, they're young. So, you know, I don't expect much from them this year. Just gonna give them some good compost, some good mulching before the end of fall comes. And this is a neat hydrangea. This is another limelight. But what I can do with this, how this is taking shape here, is I can trim these bottom branches and really make it more of like, not quite a standard, but close enough to be that. And it'll also free up some room in this area to plant more things. Some Echinaceas, drift roses going on their second bloom. I love this coral color. So bright, so pretty. Oh, and I got some anemones. They're coming up. Great. I got some yarrow back here. White yarrow. I left this area to be planted, or sorry, not to be planted, just to let it like no mowing May, just to see what will come up, and yarrow is actually one of it. And there is actually one of my climbing roses that I will have to train, but they're so pretty. They're gonna be really pretty when this is all developed and everything. I mean, it's just gonna be stunning, more mature. Yeah, I gotta see. This is stress. Ugh. This is stress, water stress. We've been so dry here. I should have been looking out for this a little more. And on here we have some portulaca, the pink blooming kind. Let's see, they're kind of closed up for the night, but they're very bright pink. Some more roses and a bloom, Echinacea phlox. And also this is a is it a plum? Oh geez, no, it's a peach tree. It's not producing anything yet, but it may just be too early. Some gnarly seed heads of the clematis that was here. I leave them. I think they're kind of neat looking. So yeah. So some perspective, that's the arbor that we just walked under, newly installed. Came down the rose path. Down these steps. And here we have a brandywine. Oh look, I got one of these in there I gotta dig out. But these produce the most gorgeous like blue and pink colored berries. They are so pretty in the fall. There is another strawberry vanilla hydrangea and also a Rebecca that has been blooming there since I moved here, back here I should say. And I just never pull it out, just let it do its thing. Some sunflower here. This is my little bistro set. Yeah, these poor brunneras have seen better days. It's the heat, it's the sun. It really gave the plants in this area a hard time these past 2 weeks. And also I'm not helping because I'm recovering, so. But yeah, my little sedum area here with the log and the rocks, and I got the barrel pond in the back. Still going. All 3 of these barrels will be ponds for next year. Let's walk down to Noel's little garden here. This tree is really widened and grown. It's great. This is the kids' garden. This is specifically for my niece. Some things are reblooming again. Like the snapdragons, the yellow snapdragons, and the petunias. Veronicas are going to put on a little bit of growth, but I'm happy with it. Over here, just planted some trees. There's a crab apple. This is looking better than the other one that I showed you. But yeah, it blooms this really pretty white blossom. We also have some Dara scattered about. I mean, I like their seed pods. Their seed pods are pretty cool. Right? Look at those seed pods. They're so cool. It's scattered about in this area. Loads of them back here. These are great to cut and use in floral arrangements. Now walking up here, my hedges will need to be groomed before the winter, and they will, but they've been doing pretty well this summer. And this is my cart of flowers that need to be planted. I got some natives in here, like the goldenrod, some Rebecca's that desperately need to be watered. Now these are like all on clearance and stuff. And some more Echinaceas. So, but I will get there when I get there. First, I need to recover. Okay, so I'm getting a little tired now, and I'm just gonna call it a wrap. But you see most of the things are in bloom and my future projects that are coming up. So I hope you liked the video, and if you do, please subscribe, support the channel, like, comment, all that good stuff. Alright, thanks, bye.